Okay. All right, first video of the year. This number, I'm gonna do number 38 actually. Start off with 38 just because I don't want you to feel like this is hard or anything. Okay, it's pretty simple. You got 2 points, but you don't know what the x-coordinate is on the second point. So it's kind of like saying you've got some point here, okay, and then you have a defined slope, okay. Let's say, like a slope of +2, and you know that the y-coordinate is, say, +2, so what is that guy? That's really what they're asking. What is that x-coordinate right there? Okay. So that means then that you can have a point, you can have the slope, and as long as you have one of the coordinates, you can figure out the other. Okay, now, obviously this is in the first quarter, and this point is in the third quarter, so what we'll just do is we'll just focus on the slope formula, because if the m is here too, we know that the difference, the ratio between the differences of how you're changing on the y over the differences of how you're changing on the x has to be 2. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. Okay, so that means then that the x coordinates will be on the bottom, so x minus a -8, okay, has to be on the bottom, and then this guy here has to be 2 minus a -2, okay, and that together has to equal a ratio of 2, okay. So let's go ahead and say 2 equals, that's +4 at the top, and this would be x plus 8, okay. So this means something plus 8 has to give us a 2-to-1 ratio, okay, 2-to-1. This is 2-to-1 ratio. So what we'll just do is we will cross multiply. We've been trained very well in those arts. Okay, this is 2-to-1. We would have 4 times 1, which is just 4, equals 2 times x plus 8. Alright, so we just do our mathematical logic here. Alright, and then subtract 16 from both sides, and you get -12, and 2x has to equal -12, so you get x equals -6. Alright, so that means over here, if we were at -8, -2, like right about there, and we had a positive slope of 2 at x equals 2, or I'm sorry, when y equals 2, you'd have to be over here. So apparently this should be -6. Okay. 2-to-1. Yeah. Well, this slope is that it should be steeper. Okay. Yeah. So it should be right there at -6. If that's -8, okay, this should be -6 because this is like a slope of 1/2. Okay. This would be a slope of 2. But that's just the geometry of it. So this is what you would do to follow it up. All right. So that's this one. I'm going to do 2 more. I'm pretty sure you guys said 57 and then something else, and I didn't write it down. So I'm going to look for one of the ones that I think are kind of hard.